So for film noir, we had to decide what we were going to do with it. As far as I'm aware, most film noirs are based around black and white imagery, although there are some coloured film noirs out there as well. The one with Johnny Depp in it is one example. So we decided what we need to do. We need to think about the traits of film noir, what we're going to do, costumes and props and everything else. So first of all, we need to look at the props and the costumes. The costumes were very basic private detectives and mafias, which means we mainly wore suits, jackets and ties and so on. So I put on a waistcoat and the mafia people put on shirts and ties and suit jackets and so on. We also look at the costumes for the females as well. My wife, which is starred by Tamzeen, had to wear something of a American poor woman costume. So we had to look at more flowery dresses and also a jacket for the location, as it was snowing at the time. For Verity and Archie, who were Antonio and Vienna, they star in the film as well through pictures which will be opened up in an envelope by the detective. We had to look at what they were wearing as well. Antonio, being part of the mafia, wore suits, jackets and tie. Verity, on the other hand, we wanted to distinguish her from the rest of the mafia because she was part of the mafia, but we needed to make her seem more human and less gangsterish, if you like. For everybody else, it was plain and basic. Oh, and the Doctor, we decided to make him. We tried to aim for tweed and maybe greens and something of a doctorish look, because we couldn't put him in a suit or tie or anything, and he wasn't exactly a private detective, and nor was he going to wear a dress, weirdly enough. So we put him into that type of attire. We also had to look at the props. The props vary from what we were doing. The props varied from what we were doing. Most of the time, you would have seen this revolver prop being used, as this was the private detective's main weapon. You would have seen this gun being used as well by bodyguards. This gun also made an appearance. The main props were the guns, but we also had a great time making some fake blood, which we dipped the Doctor's hands in, and we also used during the fight scene. Unfortunately, it's not very distinguishable, which is a bit of a shame. But nonetheless, we did use fake blood during our rehearsals. The set of the film noir is based around a office block where the detective has his office. He has all his things there. He has in the future he has like drinks and papers, and it looks messy. He has a map in the background with locations written on as well. And he also has a picture of his wife as well, which you'll notice isn't actually in the flashbacks, nor is it in the past as well, which makes it a more recent addition in his hard times.